It's day one of this painting vlog, and today I'm going to accomplish the acrylic pouring portion of this painting. I originally tried to wake up at 5 a.m. but that failed, so we're moving into 7 a.m. right now, and I'm going to get all my materials out and go from there. Let's start by mixing all of the paints with Floetrol. Yes, this part is extremely boring. Alright, it's 8 o'clock and all of the colors are mixed. I wanted to make my black darker. This ended up creating a tiny problem, but more on that later. So anyway, I start by pouring down my green. I add some white, layer teal on top, I add more green, and then I add my black. So here's the problem with the black paint. It's too thick and it doesn't match the consistency of the other color. This means that the other colors are going to run over the black paint. But don't worry, I'm a professional. We can fix this. See, it's okay. Wait a minute. What is that? Oh, now I'm gonna have to cover it up with some black paint. There we go. Now one swipe here. This is my favorite part. Wait for it. Another swipe. Okay, just one more. Now I'm going to dump as much paint as possible off of my canvas. Okay, let's add some more teal. Now some white. Let's swipe it around again. And now let's add a color that seems to make no sense at all. Okay, it took a while to get here, but I'm finally happy with the results. Oops. Oh my gosh, I forgot to use the blowtorch. Okay, blowtorch. You want to torch your acrylic pour to make sure the silicone actually activates and expands. But yeah, this came out very pretty. I am very satisfied. The lacing is just gorgeous. Oof. All right, so it's day number 2 and I wanted to show you guys how this is drying. As you can see, it's drying around the edges, but the center is still very wet. We're making some decent progress on the hummingbird. I'm not gonna lie, it's been at least a week before I started painting on this. It happens to the best of us. When you're terrified of your art, start with an underbase. Painting the hummingbird silhouette in white took all of the pressure away from me. It allowed me to relax and enjoy the process. Honestly, there was no way I could mess this part up. Eventually, I started painting the head. Then I moved on to the body. And finally, the tail. Before I knew it, I had an entire wing painted, but I didn't like it. So I started over. I figured it was better to take on the challenge of painting something I was happy with instead of settling for less. I also want to take this moment and tell you guys that every challenge you come up against is an opportunity to grow. You may not be up for the challenge at first, but there will always be a new opportunity to approach it with a different mindset. My positive attitude was really helping me push through all of the intricate details in the wings, and I was making awesome progress. But then this happened. I lost the footage of me painting the eye, which is extremely sad because that was actually my favorite part of this painting. So where was I? Oh yeah, all of the details in this painting were achieved with multiple layers of paint. This means I literally spent all of my time going over every single detail multiple times. Now I'm finishing up the head with some lighter layers in order to make his head pop out against the teal background. As I said earlier, all of the crisp lines and details were achieved by going over those sections multiple times. We're almost done! Now I'm adding in some highlights to give this a little bit more dimension. And of course, you can't have highlights without shadows. So let's add some of those too. Oh hey look, here's some footage of me painting the eye after all. Are you ready to see it? Before I go, why do hummingbirds hum? Because they don't know the words. Wow, what a tough crowd.